Okay, so a huge bombshell just got dropped that really came out of left field, but it almost felt like it was a writing on the wall kind of thing. So literally just a few minutes ago, Bob Pockrass and Jim Utter have announced that Tyler Reddick will be joining 2311 Racing in 2024. Not 2023, but 2024. So, a lot of questions here pop up. Obviously, there was a good chance that Tyler Reddick was going to be a hot free agent. I'm pretty sure it was already said that he was going to come back to Richard Childress Racing in 2023. So, this is a possibility that Kurt Busch may retire at the end of 2023. Nothing has been said there. Kurt has still been competitive, but again, he is getting up there in age, and he's been in the Cup Series for a long time. Hey, quick second. I made another edit. There's another quote that I'll pull up from Denny Hamlin. According to Lee Spencer on Twitter, Denny Hamlin said, quote, "As long as Kurt Busch wants a job, we want to have him." He adds that if he wants to race until he's 48 years old, there will be a ride for him. And as long as the sponsorship is there as well. Denny Hamlin has kind of teased before that he wants to expand past 2 teams, but of course that will depend on getting a charter and funding. As for Reddick, well, let's face it here. Richard Childress Racing is a step under teams like Hendrick and Gibbs and Penske, and heck, maybe now I could say Trackhouse. 2311 Racing is a growing team. They've had some struggles with Bubba Wallace and his pit crew, but I think Bubba's going to get it turned around. Kurt Busch has already given the team a win this season. So with that being said, we already have our first silly season announcement for the season after, and not next season. It reminds me, I think, back in 2010 when Casey Kane was announced that he was going to move over to Hendrick Motorsports for 2012, and then for 2011 he had like a wait year where he drove for Team Red Bull. Of course, with Reddick, he still has another year with Richard Childress Racing, so that's nothing to worry about. Hey, just a quick edit as I'm recording for this video. Richard Childress Racing also did release a statement. They said, quote, "We're proud of the success Tyler Reddick has found at Richard Childress Racing. We're focused on winning a championship in 2022 and 2023, although the timing of this announcement could not be any worse." That's an interesting way for Richard Childress Racing to state that the timing of this announcement could not be any worse. I think that's kind of very strange phrasing. That's a really strange way to phrase something, in my opinion. So, interesting that they said it the way that they did. So, yeah, there's that. But then, you have to ask yourself, is this gonna be a leadway for Reddick to go to Gibbs? Is he going to stick with 2311? I think Tyler Reddick is a really, really good race car driver with a ton of potential, and I think he's a future champion. Him going to 2311 Racing is going to be a huge addition for that team. It's certainly possible, too, that when Hamlin or Truex or even Kyle Busch, if one of those 3 end up retiring, then maybe that door could open for Tyler Reddick. Of course, you got to talk about Ty Gibbs as well. He's going to move up to Cup probably by 2024 as well. There's a very good chance of that. Where does this leave Richard Childress? Well, he's got options, and he's got plenty of time between now and 2024. I mean, we're still in 2022, of course. I really do think, with this being the biggest opening at Chevrolet right now, this could be a landing spot for Noah Gragson. I'm pretty sure Gragson has been looking to find a good ride in the Cup Series now to move up, and there really hasn't been many options for him. This is probably his biggest chance yet. There's a chance that Gragson could wind up at RCR now with this happening. Of course, does he go ahead and do Xfinity with Junior for another year? Does he do what Casey Kane did in 2011 and take a wait year and drive 1 year for somebody? Or like Clint Boyer, remember that? When Tony Stewart announced that he was going to retire at the end of 2016, Michael Waltrip Racing shut down, so Clint Boyer drove for H. Scott Motorsports as like a wait year before moving into Tony Stewart's car in 2017. So, with that being said, the other options for Childress obviously are their Xfinity drivers, Austin Hill, who's gotten a couple wins this season, and Sheldon Creed, but let's face it, those 2 may need a little more time, especially Sheldon Creed. He has been, the 2020 truck champion, has been struggling quite a little bit this season. But there are plenty of drivers Richard Childress could go after. Maybe you talk about pushing for Eric Jones, who's at Petty GMS. Maybe you try and push for somebody else. You know, Josh Berry. He wants to move up to the Cup Series, possibly. You know, so it's not necessarily like, oh, you could bring up one of your Xfinity guys. You can also try and test the waters of free agency. But yeah, besides that, we really don't know much other information besides the big bombshell that just got dropped literally minutes ago as of this recording, that Tyler Reddick will be joining Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan's operation in 2024. We don't know if 2311 is going to grab a third charter, or if this is the indication that he's going to replace Kurt Busch after 2023. But this is interesting that already we're starting to see dominoes fall, not only for 2023, but we're starting to see a domino now fall for 2024. So how do you guys think Tyler Reddick is going to net out at 2311? I do think it is a step up. 2311, they compete. They've won a couple races now. A well-established team, in my opinion. Yes, they've had some struggles. Obviously, there's been a lot of problems with Bubba Wallace and his pit crew lately. They've been trying to change some things up there. But I think Tyler Reddick is a good addition for Toyota in 2311 racing. Again, this is a guy who I think can win multiple Cup Series championships. I think he has that amount of talent. Considering the fact that, of course, recently he got his first career Cup Series win at Road America as well. So yeah, there's the news that just dropped. I thought I'd just make my quick thoughts and speculations of what could happen. You got to think about now, what does this mean moving forward for Richard Childress Racing? Again, I think the case can be made that Noah Gragson could go to that number 8 car in 2024. And again, maybe he can do a one-off year with somebody while he waits, if he really wants to get to the Cup Series already. You know, and again, there's a bunch of other options out there for Richard Childress. You know, I don't think Richard Childress is in shambles over what happened. I think this was kind of writing on the wall. Reddick is a really good driver. Childress is B-level. And Reddick pretty much could see this as, hey, this is going to take a step up. He and Bubba Wallace could really lead this team into winning a lot more races and even championships in the future. Of course, Kurt Busch is doing that now. He's such a great addition already with his veteran presence, and of course picked up a win at Kansas earlier this season. So yeah, what do you guys think of all this? This is quite interesting. So does Reddick go to the 45? Does he go to a third team at 2311? But again, remember, this is for 2024, not 2023. So with that being said, just a quick video discussing my thoughts. What do you guys think of all this and this massive bombshell, and what kind of domino effects could we see? Thank you guys so much for tuning into this quick video. I'm Sonic Girls 831, and I'll see you in the next video.